Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day, enjoying your weekend. I thought since this past week the Astros played some really late games because they were in LA or they were in Anaheim to take on the Angels. I thought let's recap the whole week instead of just doing the pregame show before the Saturday game, just because really it's only a few hours to watch that video and everyone's enjoying their Saturday, and then once the game happens there's no point watching the pregame show. So I thought might as well just recap the entire week, talk about what went on, what happened, what I liked, what I didn't like, and some stuff that happened today as well. So with the Astros, so I'm excited to do this. We played 4-game series against the Angels. We had last night, we were returned back to Minute Maid to take on the Rangers, and we continue the Rangers series today and tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. I always love the Lone Star series. But let's get right into it. So Monday, July 15th, the Astros lost 6-9 to the Angels, and they had no Trout. He had a calf injury, calf strain, I believe. The Astros had 3 runs in the first 2 innings because the Angels starter, Griffin Canning, walked 6 batters. He walked the bases loaded, then he walked Reddick to have the run score. He had 4 wild pitches, and he recorded 4 outs. That's the start to the Angels game, and the Astros are just thinking, this is easy. We've got this. This is going to be a walk in the freaking park. But no, Valdez did just as worse, if not more worse. We had Josh James start. We did the thing that I hate in baseball, where it is a bullpen day. There's no starter. They have a bullpen guy, do the first inning, the first 2. They just have bullpen people the entire time. No starter the entire game. I hate that. I think that is just so dumb to do, and especially with how our bullpen has been these past few days, past few weeks. That was just an awful idea. But we don't have a big 4th or 5th starter. We have 3. A lot of people say we need a 3rd starter. They don't count Miley. I count Miley. I think Miley's a pretty reliable and good starter. I think we need, of course, a big 4th guy and then someone to do 5th. Maybe a bullpen day if we can't find a 5th starter. But like I said, Josh James went 1 inning. Valdez pitched the next 4, giving up 7 runs in total. 4 were actually earned. We had 2 errors. We had an error by Altuve. He had to play shortstop at once just because we don't have our shortstop. With Correa out, Miles Straw, I think, played it, but I think they brought Kemp in to play second. They had Altuve play short. I believe that's the first time he's ever played short in his career. Valdez had a throwing error, which cost him as well. Pujols, 3 big hits, 3 RBIs. Pujols continues to be the Astros killer. And Dalton Simmons had a home run as well. The only bright side with our offense, Springer had 2 home runs. But with that big 7 runs that Valdez gave up, it just wasn't enough for us to overcome. But Springer had an amazing series. I'll, of course, get into that as we go throughout the week. Tuesday, July 16th, the Astros lose it 2-7 against the Angels. Just a bad game in general. Rondon started the game and gave up 6 runs while recording a whopping 2 outs. So that was an awful, awful start. And I usually think Rondon's really good out of the bullpen. I think he, not like the greatest bullpen pitcher in history, but a good middleman. A good middle guy to have. But starting the game obviously just wasn't his forte. Pujols had a double with the bases loaded to get an additional 3 RBIs again. Tyler White had 3 hits and the only 2 RBIs for the Astros. Those words have never been spoken in the history of baseball since Tyler White has been on the Astros. 3 hits, 2 RBIs he had. Sadly today, I say sadly for him, Tyler White was designated for assignment, so the Astros have a week to either trade him, put him up, or another team can pick him up or send him back to the minors. It's a whole thing. But they moved him so they could bring Jose Urquidy back to be the starter for tonight's game, Saturday's game. Tyler White, I saw many people very happy about that, obviously. I, for one, obviously did not think he was good. I think he was quite terrible at hitting. And first base he was decent at. But it is a guy losing his job. I think we should all remember that and not cheer for someone losing his job. But I think we're moving stuff around to get that 4th starter. I think the Astros are going to make a big play at the trade deadline to get a big starter. I really, really hope that happens. But we're going to have to give up some big people. We really need to see who we're going to give up, because Kyle Tucker's name, apparently every team wants him, but we're not willing to give him up. But apparently that's like the big, big drawing thing we have as a seller. So, I don't know. But the big story here, first off, no earned runs by the bullpen, so that was good. Davinsky, our Teros, I don't know, he's a new guy, he didn't give up a run. Harris and James, no runs by them, so it was just Rondon's fault pretty much. But the big story, Marisnik got hit by Noe Ramirez in the sixth. Everyone's talked about it. It's been talked about to death. But basically, Marisnik destroyed their catcher, Jonathan LaCroix, in the last series at Minute Maid. So, of course, the Angels are going to retaliate. So, in the sixth inning, Ramirez throws 2 sliders to open it up. The first one was a strike. The second one was a ball. Third pitch, a just scorching fastball up at the head. Shoulder. It hits him in the shoulder area, but it way too high for a lot of people's liking. A lot of people accepted that he was going to get hit. Marisnik, so classy about it. Took first base, didn't complain, didn't try to retaliate. Said, I know I'm going to get hit. So huge props to him because he knows he's going to get hit by this ball. And he just takes it, tells the team to back off. Lance McCullers, of course. Lance McCullers, I swear, comes to baseball games just because he can fight and argue with people, and he also likes playing baseball. That's the second thing. But he mostly comes to games just to argue with people. So he's screaming at Pujols. Pujols, tells him, hey, let's dial it back. Pujols I don't know what he said, and I think it was just to calm down. But Marisnik tried to calm down Pujols. The bench is cleared. It was a classic benches clear for baseball, though. Nothing really happened. The bullpen came out. Nothing happened, though. But Marisnik was classy on it. He looked great. The Angels looked bad. The pitcher suspended 3 games. Ausmus suspended 1. Ausmus said, we didn't do it on purpose. He had a slider to start off as a strike, so if Marisnik had swung at it, we wouldn't be talking about this. That's what you're supposed to do to make it look like you're not throwing intentionally at the guy. You open him up with some crappy pitch that he's not going to swing at, and then you do a freaking 97-mile-an-hour fastball at him. Ramirez practically was like, what? I didn't hit him on purpose. I had popcorn. My hands were a little slippery. Everyone in America, everyone watching baseball, even non-baseball fans knew that. Angel fans knew that. They said, Ramirez is a good pitcher. He's not just letting a fastball get away from him like that. So that was the big story there. Marisnik looked good. The Angels looked bad. People were suspended. Hopefully we can move on from it, honestly. When we started to turn things around, finally, Wednesday, July 17th, the Astros put up huge numbers. They scored 11. The Angels only scored 2. We had an actual starter pitch, so that was good. It was Garrett Cole striking out 11, going 7 runs. 1 run he gave up. Brantley homers. Springer homers to get 3 RBIs. Marisnik, he gets get his retribution, gets 3 hits in the game. Bullpen got a rest because only Joe Smith and Presley pitched, and they both did pretty well. I think Presley gave up a run, so that sucked. But everyone gets a hit in the starting lineup. This is the thing that turned us around. We scored 11 runs. We have a starter on the mound. Garrett Cole does what Garrett Cole does. I mean, honestly, it's awesome seeing him on the mound. Thursday, July 18th, the Astros win at 6-2 against the Angels. Miley goes 5 1/3, gives up 2 runs, only 1 actually earned. Trout was back in the lineup finally for the Angels, but I think he only got 1 hit. Alvarez doubled in the first, get 2 RBIs. Springer homers in the third. Gurriel doubles in the third to get an RBI. Reddick RBI single. Bregman home run in the 5th. That's all the runs the Astros needed. Harris, McHugh, Presley, Ozuna all gave up 0 runs, so that was a great outing by our bullpen and a great game, a solid run. It was never in jeopardy. We got our 6 runs. Nothing was ever in jeopardy for us, so that was a great win as well. And we tied up the series 2-2 against the Angels, which after that horrendous start, losing the first 2 games, that's the best we could do, and I'm glad we did it, obviously. And last night's game, July 19th, the Astros won 4-3. Verlander only goes 6. I say only 6 because it's Verlander, but he strikes out 12. But classic Verlander, he was pitching great and had no runs given up, and in the 6th, he gives up back-to-back home runs and finishes with a season-high 116 pitches. And Mike Minor, for the Rangers, goes 7 innings and strikes out 10. He gave up 4 big runs, and that's all the Astros would need. Mike Minor is supposedly being talked about for a big trade. I would not be too disappointed if we got Mike Minor. That'd be, I think, a good pickup for us. But I think we might even be shopping in the market for an even better starter. But Gurriel continues his power surge. Hits a home run in the 2nd, and in the 3rd inning, the big inning, we got back-to-back home runs from Altuve, Bregman, and Alvarez, which was awesome. That's all the offense needed. Harris gave up 1 unearned run. James went 1 inning without giving up a run. And Ozuna gets the save. We win it 4-3. Astros a 3-game win streak. We are at 62-37. And the Oakland A's hot on our tails. 56-42. They're playing some very good baseball, which worries me just a little bit. But it makes things exciting. We don't want to do kind of what the Dodgers are doing. The Dodgers are doing so well. I think the closest team is 14 games behind them. So they literally are not playing a meaningful game until playoffs, practically. Yeah, they can't just like give up, but they can pretty much give up in all honesty, because they're 14 games ahead or whatever it is. They won't have a meaningful game until playoff time. So I want the Astros to keep it close just because we're taking every game seriously. So today we have, like I said, they called up Jose Urquidy to start the game. He only went 3 2/3 innings his first start, and his last start went 2 1/3. So it's probably going to be another bullpen day for the Astros, which is disappointing. I just don't see him going, 5 innings. I think the best thing he can do is go 5 innings at least. But we'll see. We're finishing the series up against the Rangers today and tomorrow. It should be a fun night. Got the Lone Star series. It's always great. Hopefully, just the offense can keep it up. The bullpen, I think, is what we need specifically right now. Like I said, Tyler White has been designated for assignment, so we're getting rid of him. Correa should be coming back soon, pick up shortstop. And I think the Astros are going to make a huge, huge trade. I'm very excited for the trade deadline when every team starts making big trades. And I'm just really excited. So this was this week's recap from Monday to Friday for the Houston Astros. It was a good week. Great second half of the week, and hopefully we can continue that. Get a 5-game win streak going. Win today, win tomorrow. Not too shabby. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if this was a good idea, if I should continue doing it. Let me know if you want to see a post-game recap for probably tomorrow's game. I'll do that because I did that, I believe, last week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a great day.